everyone. Today we're reading Curious George Visits the Library by Margaret and H.A. Race. There's George in the books at the library. This is George. He was a good little monkey and always curious. Today, George and his friend, the man with the yellow hat, were at the library. George had never been to the library before. He had never seen so many books before either. Everywhere he looked, people were reading. Some people read quietly to themselves. But in the children's room, the library was reading out loud. There's all the children, and George is sitting over there. Yes. It was story hour. George loved stories. He sat down with a group of children to listen. The librarian was reading a book about a bunny. George liked bunnies. Behind the librarian was a book about the dinosaur. George liked dinosaurs even more. He hoped she would read it next. Ooh, he's moving around. George tried to sing it quietly and wait for the dinosaur book to be read. Ooh, he can't stop. He just keep on moving. Oh. But next, the librarian read a book about a train. Well, he's moving more. But sometimes it's hard for a little monkey to be patient. When the librarian started a story about jungle animals, George could not wait any longer. He had to see the dinosaur book. He tiptoed closer. "Look, a monkey!" shouted a girl. The librarian put her finger to her lips. "We must be quiet so everyone can hear," she said nicely. Oh, but look. "But there's a monkey," said the boy. The librarian nodded and smiled. Mm-hmm. She agreed. There goes George. Oops, down here. When she finished reading the jungle story, the library reached for the dinosaur book. Where did it go? And where was George? Oh, there's George with the dinosaur book. George was all ready to take the dinosaur book home and read it with his friend when another book caught his eye. This book was about trucks. George wanted to take it home too. And there was a book about elephants. George loved elephants. He added it to his pile. Uh-oh, looks like some trouble. See what happens here. At last, George had all the books he could handle. Wow, quite a bit. He couldn't wait to head home and start reading. And right in front of him was a ramp leading to the door. George was curious. Could he roll the cart all the way home? Uh-oh, there he goes, down the ramp with all the books. Oh no! Wow, so fast! Down the ramp George went. The cart rolled faster and faster. Stop! A library volunteer shouted. Come back here with my cart. But George was too excited to listen. The cart was picking up speed, and George was having fun. It's rather dangerous. Let's see. Oh, there they go, chasing after him. Oh no! He crashed. Uh-oh. Until crash! George and the cart ran smack into a shelf of encyclopedias. Books flew up in the air, and so did George. He landed in a big pile right between O and P. Oh no, moaned the volunteer when he saw the mess George made. How am I going to put away all of these books? I'd like to borrow this one, said a boy from Storio, and I'll take this one, said a girl. With help from George and the children, the books were sorted in no time. Soon there was just a small pile of George's favorites left. Would you like to take those books home with you? The volunteer asked George. Then he took George to a special desk and helped him get his very own library card. George was holding his brand new library card when his friend arrived with a stack of books of his own. There you are, George, he said. I see you are all ready to check out. George and his friend gave their books to the librarian. She smiled when she saw George's pile. I was wondering where this dinosaur book went, she said. It's one of my favorites, too. The librarian stamped the books and handed them back to George. With his books under one arm, George waved goodbye to the volunteer, the librarian, and the children from Story Hour. Come see us again, George, the librarian said, waving back. Enjoy your books. And he did. The